Hi there, and welcome to another exciting session of training provided by Quicksoft. In this chapter today, we're going to cover bank transfer. As the name says, bank transfer is used to transfer funds from one bank account to another bank account, and it's used for your internal bank account which you have in your system. Typically, the person managing company's bank account, like a treasury department, they keep an eye on the balances in all the bank account, and depending upon the business need, they transfer bank from one bank account to another bank account within the legal entity or with across the legal entity, depending upon how the need arises. Okay, so I will show you the steps involved for the bank transfer and what are the steps a bank transfer transaction goes through and how do we generate accounting for that. Okay, so let's start. Bank transfer, as I mentioned, is used to transfer funds between two internal bank accounts. Yeah, funds can be transferred between accounts of same legal entity or accounts of different legal entity. Now, there's a difference between same legal entity and different legal entity because once you have same legal entity, it's considered intra-company transaction. There's no intra-company balancing required. But once we have across different legal entities, then the rules defined in intercompany balancing rule will come into action, and then I'll show you how to define those rules so that your intercompany balancing works, because system is now trying to balance the entries between two different legal entities. You can also define approval for your bank transfers. Approval rules can be configured as per the business need. There is a seeded configuration available for bank account transfer, which is auto approval. So that means if you follow seeded configuration, once you create transaction, it will be approved automatically. Yeah, this is the BPM rule name. You can use it and modify it as per your need. The same rule is used for your bank transfer and also for ad hoc payments. Yeah, so the approval option is available. If there's a need, you can configure it, or you can just use auto approval. Yeah. So importantly, when you do bank transfer creates two external transactions in cash management, one for the initiating bank and one for the receiving bank. Bank transfer itself will not create any accounting aspects. It creates two external transactions within cash management. Yeah. Accounting entries for bank transfer are generated when you reconcile the external transaction with the bank statement. These two external transactions which are created at time of bank transfer, when you create your bank statement or download your bank statement from the bank, then you reconcile those incoming and outgoing with those external transactions. That is the time accounting entries are generated and sent to your GL. You can choose to process bank transfer via payment system as well. Many organizations want what is the process if we don't do via payment system. That is, if you do bank transfer transaction in the system here, yeah, what happened? There are just two external transactions in your system, but there's nothing which tells a bank to do the transfer. Many companies, what they do, they create the bank transfer and then they go to bank portal and then they basically do a transaction in the bank portal which gets approved and authorized at the bank portal. Yeah, and then these two external transactions are already created, which will ultimately have your to be used for reconciliation. Yeah, but some organizations say no, I don't want to do manually on the bank portal. I want to follow my payment system which is defined in the, yeah, so you can do bank transfer via AP system. You fill all the details for bank transfer and then you can specify, okay, I want to use AP system to do a transfer. Important points to note here: only electronic payment method is supported on this as of now. Payment file gets generated for a transaction and gets transmitted to bank based on the payment process profile which you attach when you're giving the parameter of payment system in your bank transfer. No accounting entry is generated from payable module for bank transfer. It is generated only when you reconcile in cash management. Yeah, so all this process is only for facilitating file transfer via payment system which you use for AP, but it does not generate any transaction for you, any accounting transaction for you from AP system. This is important point to understand. Okay, now let me show you all this in action in the system. To create a bank account transfer, we go to Cash Manager, Cash Balances menu, and then in a task, we go to Create Bank Account Transfer. I'm transferring from one account. First, I will do same legal entity. QS or Quicksoft Singapore HQ account 1. This one, I'm transferring from HQ account 2. This is the not from Malaysia. I'm doing it for Singapore entity only. HQ account 2. Yeah. This is data transfer. I'm transferring $11,000. Yeah. Now, if you want to settle it through AP, then you do all this. If I untick this, then all this is not required. Only say transferring. You can give any comment here from HQ account to HQ account 1. Yeah, and then you can submit. This is the transaction number which is getting generated. Yes. To inquire your bank transfer, go to task again and say manage bank account transfers. Yeah, this is a 2021 transaction. I've done some previous transaction also. This is the 2021 transaction. Status is completed because there is no approval required. Yeah, you can refresh if there's any change happening. These two actions are not applicable at this stage. Okay. Now, at this stage, if I want to, due to some reason I made a mistake, there's no, you notice there is no editing option. I can just cancel it. Let me first complete it. We will cancel it later. Now, I want to see what are the external transactions created against this in the system. I go to cash management because external transactions are under bank reconciliation section. So I go to cash management, then go to bank statement reconciliation. Now I go to task. I go to manage transactions. I can search by bank account. This is my account or various parameter you have. This is a transaction number. This is the external transaction number which system has created. Yeah. If I search by account number, it will only show me transaction for that account. But if I just want to see both sides of the account, then I ignore this one. Let me give the date. I'm giving the date from to. Then now I'll see both the pair of transactions. Yeah. I should see one positive 11,000, one negative 11,000. Yeah. 3041, 3042. Let me click on this one. This is the external transaction for initiating bank. I'm transferring out, so negative 11,000 for me. Yeah, this is the transaction details. And then this is accounting entry. This is a cash account. The cash clearing account doesn't come into picture. It's directly a cash account where it will be transacted. And then this is my offset account. Offset account is a balancing entry. Now, because external transaction, if you're creating manually, you give the offset account. But now it's getting created automatically for bank transfer. So it's picking offset account from intercompany balancing. Yeah, if you look at intercompany balancing rules, these are your receivable and payable account which it has taken from here. Now these are the general rules which are defined for balancing. Yeah, but if you want to use specific rules for cash management fund transfer, you can define rules which I'm going to define again, and then we'll do transaction again, see whether it picks a new account. So this is my first transaction. Let's look at second transaction. Yeah, similarly it has taken the opposite side of the balancing account. Yeah. Now let us define the intercompany balancing rule for cash management. Then we'll see how it picks it from there. I have defined this rule for under primary segment balancing rule for source cash management, category fund transfer, transaction type. I don't need. I'm just putting in none because this is only required if you're doing through intercompany transaction. From ledger to ledger is same, and then I'm doing for my legal entity is same, and then if transaction is between from and to these two entities, which is same for me, and then I'm setting up receivable account and payable account. I just change the account so that it is different from intercompany balancing. We can see the difference. So I just save and close this one. You can define the rules as per your need, depending on which legal entity, what should be the account used. You can do that. If I give primary balances segment level rule, then system expect these two segments to be different. So I'm just saying from this segment to all other segment, as long as they are within the same legal entity, yeah, then it should work. So now let me show you the rule again. So ledger is same from to, legal entity from to is same, and it's now saying 3777 to all other. So within the same legal entity, if I do transaction to any other balancing segment within the same legal entity, I want system to use this account for me. Yeah, so system will automatically balance it using this receivable and this payable account. Yeah. Importantly, source and category is cash management and fund transfer. Now let's do another transaction, and then we'll see how system creates the transaction. I'm going to do another bank account transfer. Very similar. There's no copy option, so I have to do the new transaction again. Okay, from QS Quicksoft account, this one, to Quicksoft account. Account 2, which is in the same legal entity, and I'm doing 21,000. I don't want to settle through AP. I'm done. I can submit it. Yes, this is completed. Now I go to my external transaction. I should see another transaction here. Yeah, two sets of transactions are coming here. I open 3043. Yeah, now you notice my account code is used here is the one I've given here, 13012, and the other side will be my intercompany account 21050. Let me open the other transaction. Yeah, so instead of using intercompany account, which is more for legal entity, if I define the rules here, then depending on different entity how I want to transact, what account I want to use for my offset account, I can define those there, and system will pick the accounts from there. Okay, now another option I have here is I can click on edit. Yeah, and I put some description. You notice we can change few things here. Yeah, I can change the account if required, because this is same like any external transaction. Yeah, but amounts and all we cannot change. But few other things it still allows you to change. You can also add an attachment if you have, and then if any change in account required, you can do that. Yeah, now at this stage there's no accounting. I click on view accounting, nothing will be shown here. There's no accounting. Yeah, so what we need to do, yeah, we need, once we will load the bank statement and reconcile, only after that we'll see the accounting. Now let me do some more interesting transactions. So previously we did same legal entity to same legal entity. Now let me look at the rule. My rule says from this segment value to any other. Yeah, if this is for example my HQ, and from here I transfer to all other, then it's safe to define this rule. I don't need to define other rules for each legal entity, because it's always I transfer from this entity to other entities. Yeah, so now I will do across different. Let's see another account. Let me add one more transaction here. This time I'm doing from QS same account, but now to another account which I have for different business unit within this one. Yeah, this is same business unit. This is different business unit. Yeah, but same legal entity. And process will be very similar. No change. I just want to show you different flavors so you get familiar with the process. This is new transaction. Now let me go to external transaction. I should see two more transaction, 45 and 46. 45 is here. It has used same console balancing. 46. Yeah, same similarly. You notice in 45 and 46, my balancing segments here. This is against the balancing segment 3888. My balancing segment, because this is a different business unit, my balancing segment is different. This is populated intercompany balancing segment. Yeah. So intercompany balancing segment doesn't need to be populated only for intercompany transaction, which is through intercompany process, but any transaction between two balancing entities will generate intercompany balancing assignment. So 46 will have 3777 as intercompany there. Yeah, it shows you that. Yeah. Now, so far what we have done is we have done transaction within legal entity and within legal entity different business unit. Let's do across legal entity as well. Let me add now one more transaction from account, same account. This is my account, and now I'm sending it to my Malaysia company, which is QSMY. There BU1 account, and I'm saying I want to send. How much I should send? I should send maybe 33,000. 33,000. Yeah, conversion rate I don't have maintained, so I will use user for this example. I say 0.33. Whatever converted amount will be deposited there. Noise. because my currency for that account is this is a receiving currency. I submit. Yes. Now I will look at this transaction. This is the month. This is the transaction amount. Now let me go and see the external transaction 47 and 48. See what happens for those. 47 in my Singapore book, Quickstart Singapore. This has an intercompany. Now this has used intercompany receivable account. If I note, you notice it has because of the rule. This rule is within the legal entity. If I want to use specific account, if I don't want to use the standard chart of account intercompany balancing rule, which it has used now, then I should define different rules by legal entity. Yeah. System tries to look here anything with this source and category. It could not find, then it used that. I could have done the same thing. I could have defined the rules here by source and category. That also works. It will always look at source category. If it cannot find, then it will go to other. Yeah. I just defined a primary segment rule just to show you can define at various places. I could have used the same, but use a different source and category. Yep. So this is the account used, and this is the intercompany against. Now I look at the other leg. Now account used and intercompany is 3777. Yeah. So far I've shown you the transactions, bank account transfer within legal entity, same business unit. Now I've shown you across within legal entity different business unit. Then I've shown you different legal entity where we are transferring the money. Now for us to be able to reconcile, we need a bank statement in the system. So I will create a bank statement manually, then we'll reconcile, and then we'll generate accounting for this one. Yeah. Another thing I wanted to show you, let's say if for this transaction, which is 11,000, let's say for bank transfer which we have, we decide to cancel this transaction. Yeah, what happens? I click on cancel here. So 11,000 transaction, I say yes. So the message was that all transaction, not only this, but any transaction linked external transaction with this one will be voided. Now let's go back and check the void transactions for 2021 in my external transaction, which is for 11,000. These two were okay previously. Now 41 and 42 should become voided if I search again. 41 and 42 status is voided. If you by mistake you've done something, it's been approved as well, you can always void it. Yeah. Now we have these two transactions, 21,000, 31,000, and this we are going to create this one for reconciliation purpose. Let me create bank statement, then I will show you. We will reconcile and see accounting entries for those. So I'm creating my bank statement for my main account. So I've just put some closing balance here. I create statement lines now. Basically, I wrote 72,890 Singapore dollars, and I received some incoming from somewhere. So I will just show you that transaction code. Check flow indicator credit. Maybe we received $80,000 from somewhere. Yeah. So I create another. Now I create line number, another line number. Again, check received. So I received, this is a debit. I remember I did 21,000 and then also did 31,000. I'm just using any transaction code just to show you. Main thing is the flow indicator. I did 31,000 and then I had one more transaction which was for 10,890, which I transferred to Malaysia. Flow indicator debit 10,890. Okay. So these are the lines which I have, 2131 and 10,890. Let me just verify. 2131. Let me look at 2131 10,890. That's fine. My statement is done. Now I can save and close. Now I will go and do the manual reconciliation. Manual reconciliation. I'm just simulating the process. You could have done automatic upload and you could be doing bank statement reconciliation automatic. I'm just showing you the process. Yeah, and then I can say statement date is today. I can search. I should see both my external transactions and transaction I need to match. Yeah, these are transactions which I did earlier in the system in my AP, so ignore those. Just focus on which I want to reconcile here. I reconcile this, this, and this with this, this, and this. My reconciliation amount is balanced. Difference is 0. I can say reconcile. Now, if I go to manage bank account screen, there's if you see any change here, there's no change here. But on manage transaction screen, from unreconciled would have become reconciled. If I search again, let me search again. My transactions, my source transaction I have reconciled. The recipient, I have not created bank statement, so I'm just doing source. I will also do for recipient, so we can close those transactions. So now I've done for account 1. I do for account 2, account 3, and account 1. So account 2 has 21,000. Let me create a bank statement for that as well. I go to create bank statement. My account 2, QSHQ account 2. This is my statement date. I'm just simulating the statement that as if you have received a statement. Yeah. So balance is 0, closing balance 21,000. Go to statement lines. I have to give statement ID. Let me put statement ID. Statement lines. Without statement ID, this plus was not visible. This is my date. This is my date. I received check payment, whatever. I'm just putting the credit 21,000. Okay. Then I save and close. Yeah, this one is done. 21,000 done. Then BE2 AC3 I have 31,000 received. BE2 AC3 I have to create another statement. BE2 AC3. This is my statement date. I received 31. Sorry, not statement lines. I have to finish my. Let me put balance first. 31,000. Now I go to statement lines. I add a statement line, and then this is my date. Credit. Okay. Save and close. Last one I have to do for Malaysia. Create bank statement. Now my bank is QS. Malaysia bank account. My balance is how much I received, 33,000 Malaysian ringgit. So assuming this is my closing balance, go to statement lines. Then I store this. Credit. Okay. Save and close. Now I have to do reconciliation for all 3 banks. Yeah, 3 bank accounts. I'll do quickly. Manual reconciliation for QS. My account 2. And then I say search. Now my this transaction, incoming, difference 0, reconcile. And then I go to my other account. manual reconciliation, QS BG2 account where I received 31,000, I think. Yeah. Reconcile and look at another account, Malaysia account, 33, reconcile. The idea of showing you all these processes so you get understanding that at what stage the accounting entry is going to come. Now, all if I search, all will be reconciled. Yeah. Now, if I do create accounting, this transaction will go into GL. Let me submit the create accounting. For my cash management, QS, I have to do for both, one for Malaysia ledger, one for Singapore ledger. Bank transfer test. I can submit. I submit one more create accounting for my Malaysia ledger. Create accounting, cash management, QS Quicksoft Malaysia, bank transfer Malaysia test. Submit. It has been submitted. Let's wait for processes to complete. My processes are still running. Let's wait for this to complete. I incurred the journal in GL. This is my journal. And these are the various 21,000, 31,000, 10, 8, 90. All these transactions have been shown here. Yeah, so this is how accounting gets created and gets transferred to GL. Another thing I want to show you that if you want to implement approval, let me refresh this session again. I'm using BPM now. Just want to show you the rule. This is the rule name, bank account transfer request for action. Go to assignee. Go to rule. By default, the series rule says all transactions, auto action, approve. Yeah, but if you want to define a rule, you can always define a rule. You can specify the parameter. For example, you can come here and say, if you want to specify rules by different legal entity, so you can come here, say bank account transfer. So you can look at various parameters from bank account to bank account name, from legal entity. Yeah, you can look at from parameter here. Yeah, similarly you have two parameter which you can specify. If this is my legal entity, if this is my bank account, then this is the rule or the approval flow to follow. You can define as per all the fields which are available here. Yeah, just want to show you a glimpse of that. Currently it's all auto approved, so I'm not doing anything here. But if you define, then system will send it for approval, and then you can define the rules as per your business need. So far what we have done, we've done a very simple process. We have done all this transaction, but without using AP in the picture. Now let me bring in AP in the picture as well. How it will have be different, small change, but let me show you that. Let me create another bank transfer. I will create again same this time from QS account 1 to QS account 2. I'm sending 51,000. Yeah, I want to settle through AP. So I'm saying this is my business unit. Because once you want to use AP, you have to set up these fields which are required by AP, because AP runs based on this one. I'm using payment method, EFT. I'm using payment process profile. This is my process profile. I'm just giving processing through AP. Then I submit. You have to submit? Yes, I want to submit. Yeah, so this is a pending approval. Again, this will get approved automatically as well, because there is no approval process defined. After some time it get approved. So this has moved from pending approval to settlement process. So you will see this is already trigger now is waiting for payment file processing, because it is following the payment PPR, payment process profile, whatever is defined automatically based on the rule which is given. Yeah, now it's created and ready for formatting. It's formatting the file. You can take action, or you can just refresh. While waiting for this process, let me show you the external transaction gets created even for this also. It doesn't matter whether I'm initiating via AP, still you will get external transaction created. Yeah, because accounting will only come from here. AP is only facilitating file transfer for bank, nothing else. Yeah, so here I refresh. It's been completed and transmitted. Yeah, now you want to see the. Let me look at my notifications. Yeah, bank account has been approved, and this is the auto approval, and then soon you will see a payment file has been transmitted. Yeah, so now I will go to my AP system and show you the payment file. I'm going to my UCM portal because that is where we upload the file when we transmit. I go to my cash management, my UCM. So in UCM, I can see this file has been uploaded. Let me open this file. This file, you can see this, and you will find the amount 51,000 inside here. So file has been generated based on a payment system. It will send to whichever bank we configure the hosting to. Then we can send the file to them. Yeah. So from process perspective, exactly same process. You're just making sure you pick the right parameter, which are these three, and then system will generate the payment file and transmit through the based on the parameter given here, based on a payment process profile. Yeah. Another question could be, what if at this stage I decide to cancel this? Yeah, what happens? Now if you cancel this one, the other side cancellation will not happen if the file has already been sent to the bank. Yeah, so you have to make sure you cancel here, but also make sure you cancel it in the bank as well. Otherwise the payment will go through in the bank and you only cancel in your system. The file has been transmitted to a bank, then you have to do necessary action with the bank. Otherwise that will not happen. To generate accounting entry for this, I can go ahead and do the reconciliation. After reconciliation, system will generate accounting entries. As I mentioned earlier, the AP process is only facilitating file creation. It will not generate any accounting entries for you. Yeah. So in this chapter, you have understood what is bank transfer, what is the business purpose of using bank transfer, and what are different ways of initiating a transaction with intra-company, intercompany, and approval process. If you want to utilize, you can configure the system, or by default it will be auto approved. Yeah, and importantly, bank transfer creates two external transactions. Yeah, for receiving and party, and for the party who is giving the payment. Yeah, accounting entries are generated only when you do reconciliation with bank statement. I've shown you the reconciliation part as well. We generated some annual statements and then we reconciled, and after that we saw the accounting entries were generated in GL. Yeah, you can also send the payment instruction to bank via AP, but then you make sure you follow these processes, and then there is no accounting entry coming from AP. The accounting entry will still come from an external transaction which are generated in your cash management system. With this, we come to the end of this chapter. Thank you very much for your time and attention, and happy learning.